Hosted by two cocks and frogs. Shaka Talk. She loves to roll. I like to rock. Shaka Talk. We've hit the streets, been around that block. Shaka Talk. My name is Dr. Rhea. Some people call me Fea. I've got something to say. Allow me just one prayer. Okay. You suffer from a mental block. Shaka Talk. Like, oh my God, and what the fuck? Shaka Talk. Just turn it up and sit right back. Shaka Talk. Yay. It's over. Hey everybody, what's up? Thanks for watching Shaka, or welcome to Shaka Talk. We're about to watch Shaka Talk, or you're going to see it. Anyway, I'm your hostess, Dr. Rhea, and I have my co-hostess here. Her name is Edna McMahon.
Hey.
And maybe you'll see her, maybe you won't. That's okay. You're not supposed to see her because we're doing something unusual today. Oh, we have a very special guest. Her name is Jamie, and she's representing the Life Foundation. And she's going to give me what's called the OraQuick HIV antibody test. Mm-hmm. Is that correct? And at the Life Foundation, you can get a free testing for HIV antibodies. They'll let you know. And HIV, I guess, is the virus that causes AIDS, correct? Correct. And normally, when you take the test, there is only you and, what is it called, a counselor? Counselor. But we have an apparition here in the body and form of Edna McMahon. Pretend she's not here, just like I do, all the time. And but just remember, when you do go to Life Foundation and get your HIV test, it's only you and the counselor in there in a private room, and it's not scary, it's not freaking. There's no needles or nothing, and I guess we're gonna get into it. Is that good?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. So, what makes you want to get tested today? Anything
today? Well, I just got over a cold sore right in here. Oh, you can't see it. The camera's not on me. There it is. And so, but it's going away, so it's not there anymore. And I want to go out because my boyfriend left town. Okay. And so I wanted to make sure I'm safe.
Cool. Okay. So let me just explain to you that this is a confidential and anonymous test.
I forgot those words. Okay.
That's okay. So we don't identify you by your name. Okay. You're only identified by a number here. Okay. So there's nowhere on this form that I write your name down or anything like that. Cool. We just identify you by a number. And whatever is said here remains between you and I.
So nobody's going to hear this except for anybody at midnight on Thursdays on Olella. Okay.
Yes. But when you're at Life Foundation, it is a confidential conversation. Cool. So just to put that out there. Couple of things. First, I'm going to ask you some questions, some demographic questions. And then I'm going to ask you some even more personal questions.
Some pornographic questions.
Yeah.
Cool.
About risk and risk behaviors. Mm-hmm. Just to let you know, there's 3 possible ways that the test can come out. One, it can come back reactive. A reactive test means that it's showing antibodies to HIV. Okay. It can come back invalid, and which basically means something's going on with the test. I would just use another test and retest you. Something's wrong with the sample itself. Okay. And negative or non-reactive test basically means that from the time you were born up until 3 months ago, you did not have HIV.
So 3 months?
So there is a 3-month window period. Okay. If there's been any risk in the last 3 months, that may or may not show up in this test.
Okay.
If your test does come back reactive, what I would need to do, and I know you said no needles, but what I would need to do is follow that up with a blood draw. If it came back reactive. This is a preliminary test. Okay. And so we would need to do a confirmatory test, in which case I would draw your blood, send that sample up to the lab, and then you would get your results in about 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks.
Do you like to draw blood?
Not really, but I will if I have to.
Oh, boy. Should I think positive or think negative? Okay.
So, do I have your consent to do this?
Oh, yes, please do.
Okay, cool. So, I'm going to start with some questions. Mm-hmm. I'm going to create a privacy code for you. Okay. And I'm going to ask you 3 simple questions. Okay. What city were you born in?
It's called Tehachapi, California. Tehachapi.
T-E. That's all I need.
Okay.
And your mother's first name.
First name? Margaret. I love you, Mom.
Aww.
I hope you don't get any bad news right now. Okay.
And the year that you were born.
1970.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And how did you hear about us at my foundation?
Love Foundation. I hang out with a lot of undesirable people. No, I'm just kidding.
They're all desirable there.
No, I desire everybody, and that's kind of why I need the test. I guess just from being around in like magazines and you know, being a street whore and things like that. Just they show up, yeah, because you guys do
Love
outreach
it.
in the streets,
We
yeah.
do, we do.
Drive by with a condom.
Yeah.
They gave me a double bag one time. They're like, here, it looks like you're gonna be busy tonight.
Yeah.
Love them.
Okay. Your zip code.
96822.
Okay. Okay. And
What's
let's
that
see.
question? Ask it. I love it. I can see what it is.
Okay.
okay.
What are you?
What? No. How do you identify? What gender do you identify?
Gender?
as? Yeah.
Right now, I am all woman.
Oh, go girl.
Well,
I don't sound you. No.
because I'm not showing it. That's why you don't see it.
I can see it right there. It's right at the table.
Oh my god, I don't.
Okay, and your ethnicity? Any Hispanic or Latino?
Latina.
Yes.
Yeah, caliente chica. Or
Ah.
Chica caliente. I don't know
Anything
that
else?
much.
Any other?
Russian, Jewish, Scottish, something
Oh my god.
white.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's like a desirable mix.
And have you ever been tested before?
Yeah.
And when was that test?
Actually, just a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I was scared. But,
And did you get the results of that test?
yeah. And I guess it was negative.
Cool.
So what is the term for that?
Negative.
Negative? Okay.
Negative. Yeah. Okay, now I get to ask the really good question.
All right.
Give it a turn.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So, in the past 12 months, have you had vaginal, anal, or oral sex with men, women, or both?
That's a lot of questions.
I heard vaginal on there.
Vaginal with another vagina aside from mine, right?
Right.
No.
Okay.
I'm not a lesbian.
Okay.
Okay. And then oral. I believe this Micronesian guy in my car at Kapilani Park, but it was only for a second because it was too hard to like lean over and do all that. So I said, "Honey, get out."
Okay.
And then anal, he tried, but no.
Okay.
But I said no.
Okay. And that's in the last 12 months.
Oh, well then, there might have been like an anal incident, an accident.
Okay.
But,
Would that be with or without condoms?
it was without.
Okay. And any of your partners known to be injection drug users?
I didn't know the Micronesian boy, but he was one of the cute ones, so I would say no.
Okay. What about
That is
any of them known to be HIV positive?
the people I knew, no. The person I didn't know, I don't know.
Don't know. Okay. I'm just gonna rattle on some questions
Cool.
and
Anything.
okay. Have you ever exchanged sex for money, drugs, or something else that you've needed?
Sure.
Okay. Have you ever had sex while you were intoxicated or high on drugs?
On drugs.
Okay. Ever had sex with someone who you didn't know their HIV status?
Yep.
And ever had sex with someone who exchanges sex for money or drugs or something else that they've needed?
He might have.
Okay.
I don't know.
How about any anonymous partners?
I don't
guess
ever want to
that's
say
that
that was him.
Okay. Ever been infected with any STDs?
I had crabs.
Okay.
Is that a disease?
It is an STD, yeah.
It's okay.
It is a sexually transmitted infection.
They're kind of cute.
What?
They look like
cute.
crabs. Like I. That's,
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you see them?
Teeny tiny, but anyway.
Ever abused any substances?
I was a chronic pothead for a little too long, and it made me do nothing. Hence Shaka Talk, so I could get out of my house and stop watching porn all day. I didn't turn it off. Oh my god, that's my work. Sorry, guys, that didn't happen. Embarrassing.
Okay.
Oh my
All right. So now I'm going to ask you about STD history.
Okay.
So you said you had crabs.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, have you ever been diagnosed with hepatitis B,
No.
hepatitis C,
No.
syphilis,
No.
chlamydia,
No.
gonorrhea,
No.
herpes?
I think I might have herpes simplex something.
Okay.
Because I get sores in my mouth, like when I bite it. I don't know if that's herpes or that's just the sore.
You
from,
just bit your lip.
Yeah. So I went to this dumb clinic, and the doctor, he told me all kinds of things, and he's like, but I'm not sure.
Is that the
Yeah,
spot?
huh?
The spot check? Like they have to look. There's no
I just
test
had things
for
in
it?
my mouth, and then I went to the doctor, and like he's all, well, it could be this, it could be
I
that.
think herpes symptoms are worse than that,
um,
isn't it?
I don't know.
But
no,
it wasn't confirmed.
It wasn't confirmed.
Okay. What about genital warts?
I had a pimple on my balls. Oh, but I mean, on my lips.
I don't think that counts. On my lip.
But I hope it wasn't a disease, and I didn't let the fluids enter my orifice.
Okay. So no doctor has really diagnosed you with any?
No.
Okay. Alrighty. So any reason to think that you have HIV? Anything going on with your body physically that makes you think something's going on?
At the moment, not HIV necessarily, but I don't know.
Okay.
Not really.
Okay. So no symptoms that you're wondering where is this coming from? or
No,
anything
the
like
itch
that?
went away past 3 months ago,
Okay.
and everything else, not necessarily. I just thought, let's find out what's going on inside that girl.
Good job. That's
Yeah.
a great thing.
Yeah.
You know, knowing your status is key.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, 'cause
there is treatment available to people living with HIV, and so I mean, half the battle is knowing. Yeah, it's not a death sentence anymore.
Does it mean that? So if I come up positive, does it mean I can't go out and slut around since my boyfriend's out of town?
Well, you might want to put a condom on it before you do that, but
Okay.
you know, doesn't mean that you can't have sex. Doesn't mean that you can't
Can I shoot
do
drugs?
life. And if you're not sharing needles, you can do that too.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe I'll start something new this weekend.
Right.
I'm just gonna start smoking, but I guess
Okay.
if I use clean needles.
Whole
we're going.
Yeah.
world of options for you.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask you even more
Should we do that?
personal questions. Oh,
We
should have.
We're gonna find out the results after the show. We'll tell you next month.
Let's hurry up.
Everybody.
Okay. So how this test works is you're going to put the paddle in your mouth and you're going to swipe from the top of from the one side of your cheek and your gums, in between your cheek and your gums, one's on the top and one's on the bottom, and it's going to sit in this 20 minutes.
And we have 14 minutes,
Yeah, 14
everybody.
minutes left. She
So
just came back from
sorry.
vacation. Oh, and I wanted to scare you guys. Hold on. I'll keep them in
scare you
suspense.
guys.
I'll keep them in suspense. So,
Okay, there you go.
so
Swabbing once over the top.
it's this little thing. It looks like a little
Like a
spoon.
pregnancy
Like a
test.
pregnancy test, exactly.
Am I pregnant?
for your mouth.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This is really
Oh my
pretty.
God.
Once over the top, right over.
Make sure to get that cold sore.
Oh, ow,
Oh
it's
my
not all the way gone. I can't go out. Oof.
And
Okay.
then on the bottom,
Hold
and then right inside.
We're sure you
That's
can.
it?
Just
That's
don't do
it?
oral.
There's lipstick all over it.
That's okay.
And then just like that.
Just like that.
Can we show the camera? There's like a
So
little
remember
thing that you put it in.
Do the you swab and then
I should have
you
done
start
this
the
5
question.
minutes ago. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oops.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Okay, so now back to
The business at hand.
the risks.
Okay. What are the risks?
The last time we had unprotected anal sex.
It's probably within 6 months.
Okay.
Ooh.
And so,
And remember, there would only be the counselor and the client in the room. So
correct.
I'm not judging.
all
I'm
of
not
these little
judging.
puppet shows on the side are just imaginary.
Okay, I'm not here.
And what about unprotected vaginal sex?
Unprotected vaginal? Never.
Okay,
I'm always safe when it comes to that.
very good. And unprotected oral sex.
Protected meaning?
A condom or a latex barrier.
Flavored
I should have thought that.
What? Chocolate
They come in
flavored?
flavors.
Yeah, you guys give them away too.
Yes.
The boy in my car was unprotected, I guess you could say.
Okay. So that was how long ago?
It was within 3 months, I think. Remember that night I came to the club with that boy?
I remember that you were glowing.
Yeah, he was so cute.
There you go.
Oh my God. I'm Marshallese by
There's a
injection.
story about it, right?
Okay, shh.
Anyway.
Any needles? Shared any needles of any kind?
No.
Okay.
My lunch date the other day. We won't talk about her.
We will.
Okay. So, how do you identify? Actually, I kind of answered that question already.
What are you putting? Homosexual. MSM.
Hey! It's their own
This
observation.
is confidential,
of
and
you.
she's okay. No, I'm just playing.
I got mine
Okay.
done. They were like,
MSM means
you
men who
are
have
a-
sex with men.
And you are a.
Okay. In the last 6 months, how many sexual partners have you had?
I don't know for sure, but I guess maybe 4
Okay.
max. 4.
Men, women, or TG?
Sure.
Which one? Or how many of each?
Oh
Oh,
my god.
couple of these. Come on.
Wow. It's
No,
like, wow.
maybe 3 guys, and we'll throw a girl in there.
Okay.
It's myself.
Wow.
Okay.
The teaching wasn't me.
Please.
Just bring that up
Yeah.
out there.
Okay. So now we're going to talk about condoms.
Okay.
And with these, say the 3 guys, any of them steady partners?
What?
Okay. And condom use with them?
No.
Okay. And what about the other 2? Are
They
they-
weren't steady.
Are they anonymous or casual?
Anonymous.
Okay.
Casual means just like,
Every now and again.
oh, like a booty call.
Yeah.
FTFs. Like,
No. I don't know them. I don't like to do it with people I know.
Okay.
ooh, yeah.
And what about the girl?
The girl? What's the question?
Who is that girl?
Condom.
Oh, condom? She wasn't wearing a condom, no.
Okay. And she's an anonymous or casual? Or
I have never heard of her until this conversation today.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
More of you that I
Okay.
need to know about today.
Jamie wanted to know.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
you needed to know.
Yeah, she wanted to know.
Wow.
Okay. So, we have a few minutes before this test is done. I'm done asking you whatever
you are?
questions I need to ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Within the
And
next 9
so, do you have any questions for me?
minutes. Well, what are the ways that you get it?
So you can get HIV. There's 3 basic ways to get HIV. And one would be from mother to child. One would be through unprotected sex, anal, oral, or vaginal sex. And the other would be blood to blood. So someone's HIV positive blood getting directly into your bloodstream.
How would that happen?
Most commonly, that happens through the use of an IV drug needle. But whatever way you can think of someone's positive blood getting directly into your blood. So a bloody
Think
fight.
of the ways. Oh, really? A fight?
Actually,
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
those extreme fighting sports are the only sports that I know of that mandate their participants to be tested for HIV.
Wow.
So basketball, football, all those other
They should do
sports.
for hockey.
Even though they're high contact sports, they don't mandate their players to
Because
be
there's
tested.
probably not as much risk in the
Right.
blood getting into you. But in
Right.
the mixed martial arts?
Yeah.
Wow, that's it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did have a question. So, the test that we're doing is just testing me for the HIV antibody, right?
Correct.
It's not checking if I have the virus.
Well, it's not testing for the virus itself. It's testing for antibodies
Which
to the
would be
virus.
my immune system's way of fighting off anything that's bad.
Correct.
My immune system creates antibodies, right?
Correct.
And so if I have antibodies in my blood, that means that the virus was introduced into my body.
Correct.
Okay. And then, so what are my questions? And then, so if I've been exposed to it, then I would have the antibodies. What else? So will the antibodies kill the virus?
No.
No?
No, the antibodies will not kill the virus. Actually, HIV is unfortunately a virus that it attacks the very part of your body that could eliminate it. It attacks your immune system. And so, unfortunately, with HIV, the part of your body that would fight it is the part that the virus...
Getting attacked.
Yeah.
So it's attacking. Oh,
The
so...
T cells.
And then that leads to a compromised or weakened immune system, right? Because AIDS itself isn't a disease, right?
Correct.
It's a syndrome.
It's a syndrome.
And
yes.
that's I
a
wanna see if
collection
I
of
got-
signs or symptoms. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
I like the way you said it.
Yeah, it's a collection of signs or symptoms or diseases that you would get when your immune system is compromised.
Okay.
So your immune system, HIV gets into your body, it starts breaking down your immune system. Eventually, you don't have enough T cells or CD4 cells, which is part of your white blood cells, to fight off infection. And so, you know, you get a cold or something else, and you don't have enough
That's when
soldiers
it
in your body
turns-
to fight.
You do a T cell count then,
Right.
and then when it hits a certain number, then you get like HIV to AIDS, right?
There's
like
a
that?
couple of things that are the difference. So HIV is the virus that causes AIDS. You get HIV in your body, it breaks down your immune system. One of the indicators for an AIDS diagnosis is a CD4 count or T4 helper cell count below 200, or being HIV positive and having one of, I know of 32 opportunistic infections. There may be more or less.
What are those 32
Oh my god!
So there's a bunch
They can
of
check it
there's a lot of
online.
diseases that your body would normally be able to fight off.
Correct.
But once HIV gets into your blood, it starts attacking your immune system, and so it's kind of distracted and weakened because it's fighting something that it doesn't realize that it can't kill.
Right.
And so then there's all these other diseases that normally when they'd enter your body you could kill.
Exactly.
But
So distracted by
but yeah, it's
that
kind of
attack.
so it's attacking something so like that's attacking itself, like the immune
Correct.
system, that it doesn't have time for like all the simple diseases that it would normally be able to kill. And so
Yes.
so if you catch one of those, that list of 32 things, they compare like, okay, so you have this disease plus you have HIV antibodies, so now you've acquired AIDS, meaning
Correct.
that your immune.
But that's
Immune
there's like a
system is
lot
so
of other
weakened.
medicines like out there.
Yeah, what could
now.
happen? What could I do if I did?
There is treatment available to people living with HIV. The first thing that you would want to do is make sure that you see a healthcare provider that's HIV savvy or knowledgeable. I think that if there's anything that I would do is to make sure that you find a doctor who is HIV knowledgeable.
Okay.
And we do have several doctors on the island that are...
And my foundation can hook me up with them if I was.
Absolutely.
So, okay. And what? So on the test, what are we looking for? Is there like some kind of
Yes,
indicator?
we're actually looking for what you would want
Okay.
is a negative or non-reactive result, which
There it
is
is.
like this.
Where is
And
this?
on this test,
Uh-huh.
you can see the T and the C lines. On that C line, we'll know that the test is working accurately if the line is within that little triangle.
Okay.
And what we don't want to see for a negative result is a line in that T triangle area.
Does that mean positive? or-
That would mean that it is reactive.
Okay.
Yes. So that would be a negative test. Reactive test would show two lines. One within the control line. The C line is the control. It tells us that the test is working properly. The T line, the T triangle area is the test itself, and that's where
So
it would
that
show
would-
whether or not the antibodies are
So with
present
those
or not.
results right there on the screen, that would mean that I probably do have
That
HIV
would mean that
antibodies.
would be an HIV positive or
okay.
The
reactive
C just
result.
shows that it went
Yes.
through the
Are we?
T's.
So usually it would take 20 minutes, but we started kind of late. We're doing things a little differently today. But Life Foundation, they would do it a little more following protocol.
Yes.
Check online.
So Are my results getting clearer, or is there anything? Or
Well,
are we still
couldn't
too
tell
soon?
you.
It's still too soon.
Yeah,
Okay.
20 minutes. It takes
20
20 minutes.
minutes.
Wow.
Unfortunately, I'm really sorry.
No, that's okay. Sorry, you guys. You don't get to find out, but you get to
don't
hear
get
all
to
about
see.
my personal things.
Yeah.
And if you look at my website, I'll show you some special pictures just to make up for it. But I'm just kidding.
And then another
That-
way that the results can come back is invalid. And that just basically means that the controls are not accurate. And we would just test you, sorry,
That's okay.
we would just test you again. If you see where the C area is, the line is not placed within the triangle.
Oh.
And so that basically means that the test itself is
Look at
something
that
wrong.
grayed out one at the end.
But so the Life Foundation, if somebody wanted to get tested, they would just come down to 677 Alamano Boulevard.
Correct.
And
Suite
suite
226.
226. What if they don't want to? They can't make it there.
We do have an outreach team that does do outreach. We can actually
Come meet me somewhere.
Wow.
exactly.
Right on.
Exactly.
So,
It'd be best to call in advance.
do you guys do regular rounds? Because I think when I used to work on the streets downtown, sometimes you would talk to the girls and give tests there.
Yes,
Really?
we do.
Yeah.
We do
Wow.
outreach in various areas. We are downtown on Merchant Street. We are on.
So are we.
I have been there for 10 years.
We're-
but the
yeah.
memories still linger. Good times, good times.
Yeah, we do outreach in various places
So,
downtown.
but pretty much anywhere, like if somebody called from Y9, there might be somebody available to come test
Right.
somebody there.
That happens. I see it
So, you can,
online.
what's the number? It's
It's
521.
521-2437 or 5218.
Okay. So 5218 if you want to try and get an HIV test. It's better to know. It's better safe than sorry. So you can help take care of yourself and
And really, it only takes 20 minutes.
20
Unfortunately,
minutes.
we started a little, we
Yeah.
swabbed a little bit late. So,
oops.
a little
But it's cool.
Very
So
informative.
yeah, that was cool. So
I
there's
learned
no
a lot of stuff I
needles,
didn't
and you
know.
find out in 20 minutes. It's not
Exactly.
scary. There's friendly people, and we're running out of time. So
And
thanks for watching, you guys.
thank
Shaka
you.
Talk. Thank you,
Thank you,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks,
Thank you.
Edna.
Yeah, conscience.
Yeah, take care of yourself, you guys.
Thank you for all the
Toodaloo.
dirt.
Right on.
Bye.
All right.